Hello guys, Andrew here. Welcome back to Drew Tutorial. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to record your screen with OBS Studio. So the first thing you need is the OBS Studio. So head over to obsproject.com and simply choose the operating system of your choice. In my case, it's Windows. So I'll just simply hit the download one for Windows 10 or Windows 11 right here. If you have Mac or Linux, you can choose those options as well. So you just want to download that and go ahead and install it. Once it is finished downloaded, you can find it in your downloads folder on your PC, and you can just double click and run the installer here with administrator, install it on your PC. Once that is done, it will open, or you can open it manually. Now, what I want to recommend that you do is to first create a scene. So it will open up for you with just the default scene right here, and you want to go ahead and just create a new scene by clicking on the plus and click and whatever. So I'm going to call this one new record, for example, and click and OK. Now, before you record, you want to go ahead and go to the settings. So I recommend that you go to settings right here, and you want to go down to the outputs tab. So on the output, you have two options. You have advanced and you have simple. So I recommend that you keep this on simple. You don't need to use the advanced. Then from here, you want to go down to where it says recording. So the recording section is basically where you want to save those videos. So you can browse and select the path. In my case, I'm just using this Drew tutorial path right here. So you can find the folder that you wish and simply click select folder. It's going to set it to the path for you. Then right here where you have the recording quality, I recommend that you use the high quality medium file size. This one works best in most cases. I don't think you need to use anything else really, but simply use the high quality medium file size. So I recommend this one. And for the recording format, guys, I recommend MP4. This is widely used, but there are actually many more options that you can choose here. You can choose that if you want to, but I am always using the MP4 file format, and I think it works absolutely best. And as for the video encoder here, guys, I recommend using this one here, which is the hardware events, or you can go ahead and you can use this other one here, which is the H264. So choose whichever one. You can even use a software one as well for a low CPU. It's really up to you. If you have a low end PC, you can use this one, but in my case, I'm using this one that you see right here. You can try it out as well. It worked pretty well. Under the audio section, guys, I recommend that you change this desktop audio from by default. It will say default, but I recommend that you set it to your speaker for your computer so that it actually captures desktop audio in case you have to play back anything from your PC. And if you're using an external mic, I recommend that you switch this to the mic that you're currently using. In my case, I'm using a Shure MV7 Plus, so I'm currently using this to set as my mic. And for this section, I want to recommend that you always click apply if you make any changes to these sections. Then you want to move down to where it says video, and here you can choose whichever one you have. So in your case, if you want to record just 1080p, you can choose this option for each of them. Or if you have a 4K monitor, you can go ahead and choose this as well. And you can always choose the output as well to be the same. It's really up to you if you have them. And I recommend for the FPS, I recommend using 60. If you have a low-end computer or a slow computer, use 30, but 60 is recommendable if you have a pretty decent computer, right? And for hotkeys, it's really up to you guys if you want to use this or not. I'm setting the start and the stop to use shift key. You can basically click there and just press any key on your keyboard. So let's say I wanted to do a pause. If I want to use shift as well, I can go ahead and press shift if I want to use pause. It's really up to you if you want to use that. You don't have to set these, but you can easily go ahead and set that. So if I use space key to do the pause, that actually work as well. So go ahead and set the hotkeys. It's really up to you. Once you're done, guys, that's pretty much it. You don't need to change anything under advanced. I leave it as is, but these are pretty much all the settings that you need. Once you're done, click and apply. Then you can close this window, guys, and you need to add a source. So the next thing is to add in a source before you can actually record. So simply click on the plus right here, and you can choose whatever you want to record. So in my case, I would want to record my entire screen. So I will go ahead and choose this, and I can name it whatever I want. Display, you can call it, whatever it is, just simply click on OK. And here you want to go ahead and choose the capture method. So it's currently saying automatic. You can actually leave that as well, or you can choose desktop duplicate or whatever it is that you're currently showing. You can leave that. Then you can choose the display here. So here you want to choose which one of your monitors you want to capture. So in this case, let's say I want to capture this current monitor here. I can select that. And you can see that it's currently showing on this monitor. Then click on OK, guys. And as you can see, it is currently showing. Then from here, you can simply go ahead and click start. At any point in time, guys, you can go back and open up the settings and choose whichever monitor you want to basically record. And you can basically set it and click on OK. But that's pretty much it, guys. It's very easy and very simple. Once you select the monitor that you want to record, just go ahead and click on start recording right here, and it's going to record your screen for you. And that's all there is to it, guys.